What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are continuing our journey through Mobile Suit Victory Gundam. Last time, Peggy was killed by Chronicle, while Junko was blown up by a bomb. Also Chronicle's fault, Uso fired the Kayla skill. Marbe and Oliver got married, and Uso was captured by Katajina. This time, Uso will finally meet his mother. Lieutenant Lupe Shino makes him very scaroused, and they lose another comrade in battle. So let's get into this. The escape is still in action. Uso was captured to help Shakti and the kids escape with the Reinforced Jr. Susie, being the little psychopath that she is helping Odella shoot people. The Victory Gundam moves into Side 2. Katajina shakes Uso out of the core fighter. As she yells at him about new types, Lieutenant Lupe Shino comes in and says she will handle him. Marbe tells Shakti that Uso will return to the ship soon, as they were after her and Uso acted as a distraction. The Reinforced Jr. blasts a hole and flees out into space. Zanscare is working with the Macedonian army. Shino blames them on the League escaping, as they also put them in an internment camp last episode. One of Shino's underlings roughhouses Uso. The Shino comes in, giving him a bright slap. They're going to use him to get to Shakti, and wants to treat him more with respect. The Reinforced Jr. is on the outside of Side 2, hiding on the hole. They find a way to break in, but the kids don't want to risk going. So naturally, they send the dog and the robot instead. Their lives don't matter as much, it's fine. Meanwhile, Shino decides to take the sexual assault route to getting intel. It's not rape if you like it, kid. Now you better get to liking. Tamina really takes boyhood fantasies to the next level. Uso runs away. He needs an adult. All the men in the room proceed to pull off this boy's pants. Just a normal day in the Zanscare Empire, I guess. Katajina wants to let Uso escape because he will lead them right to Shakti. Naked Uso climbs on the ledge when Hato and Flanders comes in running a distraction. He jumps down and gets into the core fighter. Also, did Hato just shoot this guy? Shino's boobs hurt from Uso biting it. Katajina takes off after Uso. The core fighter is barely hanging in there. He notices that there is an air leak in the cockpit. He plugs up the hole with Flanders' nasty-ass dog hair. The strike team, Marbe, and Oliver launch from the Reinforced Jr. Shino rushes in and attacks the core fighter when a beam blast comes in. It is the League to help out. With them is the White Ark, carrying the new Gundam. The White Ark is a subflight system. It has an engine room, a bridge, and a missile room. The bridge can retract into the hull of the ship when it is in battle form. It can also attach a booster for long hauls. It can hold 4 mobile suits and resembles the Mega Rider from Double Zeta. / Moon Gundam. Weapons include 2 quadruple missile launchers. Uso moves towards the White Ark with Thomas and the kids on it, while the League moves in to save Uso. They also save Hato just drifting out into space. Also, Uso mentions that Hato makes soap bubbles, which is how he projects images. So Hato is just a bubble machine. Hato, you have the ability to save the world, but today, you're making bubbles. Katajina takes the Einorad's wheel right to Oliver's face, but he uses his beam shield. There is no dock for his core fighter on the White Ark, so they use Hato's bubbles as an air dock to get Uso onto the ship. Martina and Alicia see Uso's penis, or as they say in Japanese, as Uso gets into a normal suit, the girls wish him and his penis good luck. An embarrassed Uso gets into Gundam Victory 2. The LM314V21 Victory Gundam 2 is the successor to Victory Gundam and is created with the help of Uso's mother, Myra. Like the original Victory Gundam, this consists of the core fighter, a top, and boots which can connect together. This unit, however, has the Minovsky drive system, which is an upgrade to the Minovsky flight system of the old Gundam. With the exception of a few thrusters, this unit's core propulsion no longer uses force, and is all guided by Minovsky particles. It makes sense if you read Crossbone Gundam, but it should be noted that the pilot doesn't feel G-forces, and Minovsky drives act as inertia mitigating devices. Like many Minovsky drives of the time, this too can create the Wings of Light phenomenon. It has hardpoints and a custom targeting sensor. Weapons include head Vulcans, a beam saber, a beam shield, and a beam rifle, which triples as a beam pistol and multi-launcher. It also has a mega beam rifle, a beam shield, a beam bazooka, and various mines. Uso comes in with the Wings of Light, tearing through Shino's wheel. He goes directly after Katajina and destroys her wheel as well. She retreats back to the Adrastea-class ship. Meanwhile, Shino's underling, whose name I refuse to learn, rushes V2. Uso has been carrying his old V1 core fighter with him during this battle. He throws the core fighter, which has the nuclear reactor inside of it, and throws it at the nameless subordinate and vaporizes everything in the area. Sometimes it's just not worth learning some people's names. Chronicle and the Adrastea retreat. Uso learned in the cockpit that Myra Miguel sent the plans to them from the moon. This is Uso's mother. Also, is it Myra or Mueller? They say Mueller, but why does the wiki translate it to Myra? I don't get things sometimes. There doesn't seem to be a good consensus on this. He is mad that the League never told them. They have to explain to him that they are a rebellion and they can't send names over communication lines giving away their location, especially since we learned that Uso's parents play a vital role in the League. Even Shakti seems to understand that they have to lay low, but Uso is being emotional. Someone give him a bright slap. Uso has a flashback of his mother showing him how to throw a knife. It should be noted that this isn't the first time we've seen Uso's mother. Let's go back to Crossbone Gundam Steel 7. The F-99 record breakers were just destroyed by the Jupiter Empire, and Minoru joins the space pirates to find the new Wings of Light. As they leave SNRI on the moon, Otis Arkins, who also went over my head at the time, looks out along with another engineer in the background. This is Uso's mother. This is why Otis also knows his mother is most likely on the moon. Uso snaps out of his flashback. He is in the middle of a battle and unleashes the Wings of Light. He says, "Stop fighting me, I want to see my mommy." They lead Shino's team into a trap of laser pods, and the League retreats. Marbei notes that Uso is getting better at working as a team. Uso returns to the White Ark and heads towards the moon while the Reinforce waits for parts for repairs. Meanwhile, on the moon, Chronicle and his team are also searching for the League. The White Ark meets up with Thomas's brother. They hide the White Ark and take his buggy to the League's secret base within the moon city, St. Joseph. Uso says that they will never find his mother. 2 seconds later, a car crashes and his mother runs away. That was easy. They chase his mother. Mysterious G-men come out and harass her before Uso and Hato come in to the rescue. Hato says, "Eat my bubbles, bitch." This is a real bubble-heavy episode. They get Uso's mother to a safe place. The rest of the episode is a recap episode where Uso tells his mother his adventures. Odello and the kids learn how to use the gun easies by doing mobile worker stuff in the hangar. Oliver takes off with supplies to fix the Reinforced Jr. Shakti feels helpless, but Suji just tells her to do some laundry. One comes in looking for the Reinforced Jr. crew. Luckily, Yuka and Peggy are still there in the hangar. He informs them that the Zanscare Motorrad crew are looking in the area. Shakti leaves Carl with Susie. She's going to search the suspicious tunnel where they found Uso's mom. Perhaps she could find Zanscare. The G-men that were harassing Uso's mom are working for Chronicle. They continue their search. Meanwhile, Odello is struggling to find a balance while in the mobile suit. When Uso returns, Shakti is nowhere to be found. He and Mueller/Myra go to find her. While looking in the bar, Shakti is captured by 2 G-men. Uso takes the core fighter and ends up finding out where the Zanscare is hiding out in the lunar city. They catch up with the G-men who are carrying Shakti. She tells him to let her go so she can negotiate with Chronicle. What are we doing here? Why are we doing this again? Struggling to fill 50 episodes, I see. Myra drops down on the truck. Shino's Einarad is attacked by Oliver and his team. Myra drops into the truck and grabs Shakti before firing off a flare and jumping out. It blinds the G-men and Katagina accidentally runs them over. Whoops! Uso is able to save Shakti, but Katagina grabs Myra. The forces engage in battle. Odello and Warren launch in gun easies to help the team. Uso says, "Give me back my mommy!" Katagina heads back to the Adrastea. Oliver ejects his core fighter, and Uso takes his place. He transforms into V2 while Oliver goes for the Adrastea. He says that he entrusts Marbei with his child. Oh hey, they had sex. Ew. He crashes into the Adrastea, killing himself in the process. It, however, does nothing to the Adrastea class. Marbei can sense something is wrong with Oliver. Shino gets a direct hit on Marbei, but Odello comes in and saves her, as she was hesitating. I guess these two know military tactics now somehow. The Reinforced Jr. and Adrastea fire at one another. Katagina gets away. Shakti tells Uso not to fire so he doesn't hit his mother. Instead of being sad by the death of Oliver, Marbei gets angry and tries to ignore it. Odello apologizes for her loss, and she finally breaks down crying. Uso blames himself for his death. And that will do it for this episode. This episode started and ended strong, but that middle part contained a whole lot of nothing. It felt purposeless, almost like it wanted to be turn A for a few episodes. But when you're at war with one faction that wants to cut off your head, things need to have purpose, or at least feel like it has purpose. That being said, Oliver's death is a huge strike to the team's morale. How will this affect Marbei moving forward? Next time we will see the Dog Door in action. Everyone mourns their fallen brethren, and the League will head back to Earth. But that will do it for now, new types. Make sure your death has purpose. I'm not sure Oliver's death did. So unfortunate. Peace.